That's it, I'm flying a plane.
Even if you have zero interest in aviation, I'm sure that you can appreciate the first time a student pilot is let loose on their own away from the airfield. It's a pretty special moment. As you can see, I was pretty pumped. Clear prop! I'm not going to get bogged down in this video too much with the actual PPL course structure. I've got a separate video on that where I go into detail about the course structure and also about the costs. All you need to know is that unlike with a driving license, with a private pilot's license, you actually go solo before you complete the course and get your license. You start off just flying what's called a circuit around the airfield, which is basically just a big rectangle. And then once you've completed a few more written exams, your instructor, if they think you're ready to do so, will let you fly solo away from the airfield. And that was this flight. I'm going to leave the ATC communication in here for those who find it interesting, but if you want to skip to the takeoff, then just fast forward a minute or so.
Redhill Tower, good morning. Student Golf Bravo X-ray Papa Delta outbound with information November QNH 1025. Student Golf Bravo X-ray Papa Delta Redhill Tower, Student Golf Bravo X-ray Papa Delta DB20, currently outside hangar 8, request taxi for local VFR flight to the east. Golf Papa Delta, you can taxi across the grass and hold at Golf Train Space, Golf 3767. Taxi across the grass, hold Golf 3, score 3767, student Golf Papa Delta. Golf Papa Delta, cross runway 36 during the taxiway and enter runway 24 to hold Charlie 1. Cross runway 36 and taxi enter runway 24, hold Charlie 1, Golf Papa Delta. Student Golf Papa Delta holding Charlie 1 ready for departure. Golf Papa Delta, hold position after departure, right turn to meet right Godstone, not to about 1,400 feet. That position after departure, right turn, leave via Godstone, not above altitude 1,400 feet. Student Golf Papa Delta. Golf Papa Delta, runway 36, 340 degrees, 1 knots clear for takeoff. They take off runway 36, student Golf Papa Delta.
There's nothing much more to add commentary-wise. I'm keen to make content that's interesting for a range of people, from student pilots who might find hearing ATC communications helpful, to just people that want to see what flying over Tunbridge Wells is like. Please remember that nothing on this channel is intended for instructional purposes. I am not a flying instructor.
Papa Delta, head Godstone. Golf Papa Delta with the basic service, support setting frequency, traffic information, Cherokee, map on the east Godstone station. Basic service, traffic, and we'll go. Golf Papa Delta.
I'm still a very low hour pilot, so looking back on these memories doesn't feel that long ago. But the development in terms of confidence, and I'm not talking about cockiness, from this point of my training to now gives me a real sense of achievement and progression. For example, something a lot of student pilots say they struggle with is radio communications, and absolutely this was something I found quite daunting at first. But like with everything, the more you practice and immerse yourself in it, you begin to feel happy and confident with how to handle unusual ATC transmissions. For example, a few months ago, I was flying around Eastbourne and was asked by Farnborough Radar to relay a transmission to another aircraft that they thought might not be within their range. This is something that would have totally thrown me at this stage of my training. but I was able to attempt to make contact and it all worked out well. In my real life, I'm an actor, and a similarity I find between talking with ATC and acting auditions is that just like an audition panel, ATC want you to do well and will support you. They're not to be afraid of. Private pilots have loads of fancy apps that can enhance flight safety and also can track your journey. Yes, I accidentally drew out a massive lighthouse with 2 icebergs. Whilst I wish I had done this on purpose, it was a complete fluke, so don't come at me.
Cheeky.
It also lets you open your route in Google Earth. What a throwback. And you can see a really cool 3D version of your route. As my flight was just a short one to get used to flying solo away from my home base, I was soon on my way back to Redhill. I got the ATIS up, which is an automatic continuously looping message which gives me some information about the airfield.
3-6. The aerodrome rescue and firefighting service is downgraded to category A1H1. Surface wind 340, 11 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. View 4,200 feet. Cloud types not available. Temperature +15. Viewpoint +6. QNH 1025. Acknowledge receipt of information muster and QNH on first contact. This is Redhill information muster.
And then I called up Redhill Tower to ask if I could come back.
Redhill Tower, Golf Bravo X-ray Papa Delta inbound from the east at Avgeek. Information off going QNH 1025.
Golf Bravo X-ray coming outside of tower, book on that station. Book 3767367.
437 basic service that will report from this station. Please Golf Papa Delta. Golf Papa Delta, go to the station.
Golf Papa Delta, join my base on my 36 number 1.
Right in, 641, please Golf Papa Delta.
36 is a bit of a gotcha here at Redhill. As you can see, you are super close to Gatwick's airspace and you really don't want to be busting into there. Keeping to the right of the railway line on your way to the airfield ensures you won't accidentally sway into Gatwick. However, when you set up to join right base for 36, you need to be pretty accurate. It's a very quick turn on final and there are a lot of trees.
Golf Papa Delta, final 36 for that. Inbound runway 36, Golf Papa Delta.
Thankfully, I got down okay, and that was it. My first solo away from the airfield. I hope to be flying for many years to come, so I will always treasure this day, and I'm really glad I've got a recording of it. If there's anything you'd like to see on this channel, or you have any questions at all, then drop me a comment. If you're feeling generous, consider subscribing, and tell a mate who might be interested in this sort of stuff. Find me on all the socials down below, and see you soon.